17 years ago, on Tuesday, August 19th, 2008, Dave Matthews Band lost the heartbeat of the original lineup, Leroy Moore. This past Tuesday, August 19th, was the anniversary of his passing and of a show that Dave and the band insisted still go on at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, California. Tonight, the band returned to the LA region in Inglewood to play its first show at the Forum since 1998. As we begin this post-show stream, we remember Leroy Moore, the ultimate member of this band who challenged Dave, brought soulful sax, and is a one-of-a-kind player. Rest in peace, Leroy Moore. The DMB post-show stream starts now.
We were here the last time that we were in this building was 27 years ago. Now I feel old as a mama.
It's your boy Concert Viz 34 back at home.
What up? What up? It's your boy Concert Viz 34.
Yep, so your boy Concert Viz 34 coming to you here.
What up? What up? It's your boy Concert Viz 34. Aria. Okay, so this is Aria, and just tell us a little bit about yourself and about your love for the Dave Matthews Band.
I've been a fan of the band since April 28, 1998, and if you recognize the date, that's when Before These Crowded Streets was released.
Alpine is definitely a better venue than Summerfest, but we'll take it. I think I've been going to shows for about 20-something years.
I always tell people, like, compare DMB to now to when I first started. And I got started, in my opinion, I feel like I got started late. Like, I was at the very end of the band's prime. I feel like that 03 to 06 was like the end of the prime. 07, 08 was like, you know, we're at the very end. And then when Roy passed.
But Dave really, this is the thing. Dave has put, Rashawn has been assigned the quarterback of this team. He is the coach, the play caller. He designs the jams. Dave just shows up and plays whatever he's going to play. Inglewood, what up? I'ma say it like Jerry Jones says it. Los Angeles. Southern California, what up? Long Beach, what up? Anaheim, what up? Shout out to Burbank. Malibu, what up? Shout out to all my hitters out in Laguna Beach. Just kidding, there's no hitters in Laguna Beach. Shout out to the city of Compton. Shout out to Hawthorne. Shout out to Hawthorne Heights. Shout out to West Hollywood. East LA, what up? Pasadena, stand up. R.I.P. Irvine Meadows. Newport Beach, what up? Did I say Burbank yet? Shout out Burbank. Riverside, stand up. What up? What up? It's your boy Concert Viz 34. Thank you for joining the DMB post show stream. And the band is back, and they are now on the West Coast for the final portion of their tour. And from all accounts, these are the final DMB shows of the year, between tonight in Inglewood all the way through to the Gorge Night 3 show. This is it for the full band for 2025, barring some sort of charity event. And I know people are saying, oh, maybe they'll do this, maybe they'll do no, this is it. There's no fall tour for the full band specifically. So no one guessed the opener. If you guessed the opener, you had the set list in your hands. We have the first ever You and Me at a live show being played for this show. And the band's coming off of a break They have not played since the Camden show in late July, and we're in late August. So again, no one was thinking that this band was going to open up this show with You and Me, but they did actually do that tonight. Now, when we look at the history of You and Me, there is an example of it being opening up a pre-recorded performance, Dave solo. So let's look at that here. I am on dnbalmanac.com, and if we go see, I believe is it right here? Where's that other opener? That is not it. Of course, when I pull this up, I'm trying to find it. It was a Dave solo performance, and it was a pre-recorded. Where was it? Yeah, of course I can't find it now. When you really need it, you can't find it. This one. Anyway, the point is, it was here earlier when I was doing research. Oh well, we'll keep it moving. But this is what it sounded like. I'm gonna just play back this for you guys, some audio of the open of this show. Buddy had a little bit of a piano intro to it, and so let's play this here.
Summer. Live at Kia Forum in Inglewood, California.
Pack your bag, something small. Just take what you need and we'll disappear without a trace. We'll be gone, gone.
All right, that's enough. But yeah, so not something expected there, but something different. And they go right into a back-to-back, to me, what I believe are deeper cuts in the band's catalog, So Right and Recently. And so they start off with You and Me, like the last major hit that the band has had, to the point where it got a Grammy nomination, did not win a Grammy. Big Whiskey did not win a Grammy. But they go from that to So Right Recently, Stolen Away, Raven. So you really get a couple of other songs. And I think tonight, what I really appreciate about the band is they have not played in a while. And they still came out and did their thing, as far as they sounded great on the SiriusXM stream. And so in the comments, let me know of your sound experiences at the venue. There were reports of, and again, I'm just looking at a couple reports, and typically people who have bad experiences are more likely to post on social media, but some issues with the sound being muddy. Now they're playing an indoor venue that is very old, the Great Western Forum, as it's been called, the LA Forum. It's now the Kia Forum. And so this is an older venue here, and it is not an outdoor amphitheater, but even the outdoor amphitheaters, there's been some trial and error. I know with SPAC specifically, I was even, I was shocked that there were sound issues there. The SiriusXM stream for SPAC that I listened back to, while guitar heavy, which I love, I prefer guitar heavy mixes. It's a whole different experience than what I had at the soundboard. So I'm always rooting for the sound to an in venue to improve, become better. I am not an expert on how to fix those things. There are people that are the professionals that deal with that, adjustments and being prepared for various venues. But this is an indoor venue. This is the first show back from a break. I always hope that the sound is better and improves throughout a show and throughout legs of a tour. But put in the comments, let me know if you were in the venue. Did you have good sound? Was it okay? Was it above average? Was it below average? I would love to know what your experience was there. So after Raven, we get Crush, and you guys know how I feel about Crush. I think that the soloing and the jamming parts could be condensed when you now do not have a violin. But I do think that it sounded great tonight. And at the same time, though, I think you need to pick a solo, pick a trumpet or electric guitar, and really, I think both of those back to back is unnecessary in my personal opinion. Let's play the end. There was this, and again, I'm not someone who listens to every single Crush, but I do have the ending of Crush here. I do want to play part of this because I thought they did this. I did kind of like a little bit of this here at the end. Let's play this part here of Crush. So that part right there, this part I thought was pretty cool. Maybe again they've done it. I don't again seek. Oh, I gotta hear that Crush again. I know it's a fan favorite. Some people think it's one of the best songs the band plays, and it does get crowds going. But I don't. I thought that was a little bit cool and different how they did that. And the mix, again, SiriusXM mix was phenomenal. I posted about that on Twitter. I honestly think, I know we have the option between Couch Tour and SiriusXM on Fridays. I choose the audio 99.9% of the time over Couch Tour, where I appreciate Couch Tour. I'll be watching tomorrow. But the audio is amazing. And a song like Say Goodbye also highlighted how great the audio mix is. Squirm sounded great as well. Part of the elements that makes the SiriusXM mix great this year is you have Tim Reynolds' electric guitar is balanced in the mix for SiriusXM. Also of note, maybe part of it is Rashawn adjusting his playing. Some of it may be how they mix it in. But one of my biggest frustrations of live DMB shows is when Rashawn plays higher register notes that should be played on a clarinet. I think he's done a great job of this tour. I'm not seeing as much of that in the mix tonight. He does have, his trumpet playing is vibrant and exciting, and it has to be in certain songs. But I just think some of those loud notes are unnecessary. I did not hear as much of that tonight. Even on Crush did not seem as bad as some of the Crushes I've heard over the years. So kudos kudos to just the mix and even the band and how they're doing things. And what's very important to understand, many of you guys who know sound, who know live audio, what the band is hearing in their in-ear monitors, what you're hearing on Sirius XM is different than what you're going to get from the speaker, the stacks of speakers when you're in the crowd. And so the band is hearing, oh, we sound this, but it's sometimes there's challenges of where you're sitting, where you are in the venue, where the sound is going to be different. And again, it's up to the sound, the people that are hired by the band to dial in that live audio to then make adjustments. But it is something where you could be at 3 sections over from someone else and have a completely different audio experience. But Sirius XM, I love. I love what they've done this year. They've made improvements, and this live sound is great. It is delayed significantly. If you're watching on Couch Tour, or if you're someone is at a show, there's a lag, right? But to me, it's worth it right now. I'd rather have that lag and hear the quality audio if that's what it takes. If it takes a little bit of delay, that's fine. The next thing I want to talk about is Corey Henry coming in for Lying in the Hands of God and Tripping Billies. And Corey is plays organ, various keys. He is a gospel artist who just recently won a Grammy, but he was a member of Snarky Puppy through the late 2010s. Snarky Puppy they just played a show up in Boston tonight. I wish I could have went. They moved the show even closer to me from Suffolk Downs to Roadrunner, but alas, I still have not seen them live. But Snarky Puppy really got this. Jeff Coffin has played with them, but they're just an arrangement of very talented musicians that play jazz and venture out to various sectors of music there. But they're an amazing act. If you have not heard their stuff, definitely listen. Again, I do need to see them live eventually. But he was part of that group, but then kind of started a solo career after he left. I think it was in 2018 he left Snarky Puppy. And so he played Lying in the Hands of God. I do have some audio of that. Let's go ahead and play that here. And let's see, where is that? I gotta find that audio. We got Crush. Give me 1 second, folks. All right, we're gonna go. Here we go.
Come up and play with Joe and Buddy on the keys here.
So they shared a rig. He joined Buddy on the keys, and Buddy kind of set up for him to come on and make sure he was ready to go. Let's go ahead. We're going to skip through to the solo part here. Hold on, let me just pull it back a little bit here. All right, so that's kind of the soloing. If you want to listen back to it, Sirius XM Radio, Dave Matthews Band, Channel 30. The replay should be up sometime this weekend for you to replay the show. And then there's replays of the actual shows that are live on there. It is worth the investment. I know there's only one more Friday night concert series left, but you can get the app, go back on demand, and you can watch. You can listen back to shows, including the Big Sky Montana show from night one. I think first, what I always want to give respect to is these many musicians like Corey that come into the DMB universe and sit in, whether it's Dave solo, whether it's Dave and Tim, whether it's full band. They are learning these songs many times for the first time. There are some people that know the catalog, right? There are people who sit in and they know the catalog. They grew up listening. But it is hard to come in and fill in these spaces with these guest spots. And then on top of that, I believe the organ is a very polarizing instrument for Dave Matthews Band fans. You have people who enjoy the organ, but there are some people who don't like that sound mixed in with DMB. I believe, all things considered, that Corey did a wonderful job sitting in here. I think initially he was a little bit too wordy with his phrasing and the notes, but he eased into it. And the best part of what he did is, in all of his playing, and at least in this mix from Sirius XM, he was perfectly at a certain level to allow for other instruments to come in and be heard and jump in and jump out of the double Dutch, the double Dutch ropes, and they could come in and come out. And to me, my favorite thing that DMB does in any sort of jam is when you have elements of electric guitar and sax and other instruments come in and you can hear them add in, and you get all these layers that comfortably fit in. Not that they're all master blaster jamming, right? But that you have subtle portions of electric guitar and trumpet and sax and bass, and Carter is heard in. And that's what you get from this Lying in the Hands of God, soloing / jam, whatever you want to call it. I thought it was a good way for Corey to introduce himself to this fan base, because I'm sure most fans have never heard of him, or may not know much about where his musical journey is now, but now they know. Tripping Billies, I did not save an audio real quick to play back, but he brought the energy, kind of a synthy type of sound there from him, and it had its purpose there. But I thought Corey did a wonderful job. I was looking to see if Mark Batson was going to pull up, and also Anne Marie Calhoun Inninger. I don't know exactly how she has her name or however she wants to be. And I hope sorry if I messed that up, but Anne Marie has played with the band in the LA Metro, at the Hollywood Bowl the last 2 times. And she has young children, so she's committed to raising her kids in LA. She does not travel out, with DMB. She has only played with them really in live on stage in the LA Metro, which Inglewood is part of. So she was not there. And in the song like Tripping Billies, I think people were hoping that you'd get a violin. It did not happen. It is what it is. Now, also, Anne Marie is the wife of Mike Inninger. He plays for Incubus. So again, who knows what was going on? Maybe just it wasn't in the cards, but still, to get Corey was a treat. Again, comes from the world of gospel, and played with Snarky Puppy, which to me is just an incredible, to any musician that is able to say they've been a touring member or a member in the studio with Snarky Puppy is a phenomenal and talented musician. So cool to see Corey pull up to this show in Inglewood. We'll close out the show, I'm not right now, but we'll close out the show with Take All Day from the E1, another performance of this song, the 4th of the tour. and the first out here in the West Coast, obviously, because it's the first West Coast show. I do want to just go over to the comments here and read some things here. So Russian Overby says that it did not sound much muddy from section 227, row 15. It was amazing. They were on fire, and Dave's voice sounded rested. So Ben Henry says sound was a little weird in the floor seats, not completely clear. With all instruments in the mix. Rich D says sound was muddy, but there's a lot of reflections in an arena like that, so it was a wall of sound. No problems with chompers. That's always the number one thing. I'm glad there weren't chompers. Crowd was really into it. Love to see that. And what does he says? Ben Henry says the solo sound clearer than at the venue. I think that was when he was listening to the solo I played. Yeah. And the floor, you have cement floors. Does not have an ice hockey rink in there. It is getting close to that time where these pro arenas, like down the road in LA proper, they're starting to put the ice together. And so, different elements like having an ice rink there or having it removed for summer in the middle of the summer and having cement and things, it can impact the sound. And this venue is an old venue with a lot of different things that have been done to it over the years. So yeah, we'll see. Let's go over, and we want to hear a fan reaction. My buddy Charles, shout out to Charles. He gave me a video review. It's very brief, but I want to hear from him here. So let's shout out to Charles. Let's go ahead and hear what he had to say about this show.
Hello, Marcus. This is Charles. Just leaving the show at the Kia Forum. It was a good set list. Had one of your favorite songs open.
He's joking there. I don't like you and me.
Had one of my favorite songs in the second spot, So Right. After they played that, everything else was gravy. A lot of hits. The loudest pop in the audience was So Much. Anyone seen the bridge to Too Much. And yeah, it was a great show. Everybody loved it. And sounded like they were getting in a lot of the classics tonight as they get ready for the Gorge. Hope you have a good show. Peace to everybody that came out. And yeah, that's it. One.
All right, thank you, Charles. I don't know what happened to my pal Michelle and her crew. I did not get anything in from her. If anyone is going to Shoreline and wants to come on the post-show stream, message me on Instagram, Facebook. I would love to have someone on from Shoreline. I'll try to reach out to a couple of people, but I do not have anyone for tomorrow's show to be on or send a video. The video reviews are a lot easier, I'm finding, just to get your opinions. You share it straight up. But they will be in Shoreline tomorrow and eventually moving down to Tahoe before the Gorge. It's a very short clip of shows, but I'm glad the West Coast LA got a show. The upper deck, the upper deck had some open seats. I didn't check today, but a couple of days ago, but they really did fill out this show and sell it, to a point where there's always, when you have a show, it's an indoor show. It's in Inglewood. It's not at an amphitheater. It's not in downtown LA at the I say Staples. Was it Crypto now? I think it's crypto.com. They keep changing that thing. But that's the main, that's kind of the main drag in LA. We talked to people. I think we talked to Bryant a couple years ago, but LA is very territorial. People from Anaheim with the traffic and all the different logistics, someone could live in Anaheim and maybe if they're a casual fan, they're not going to come up to Inglewood, vice versa. The band played at Irvine Meadows. And, when we talk to locals on the post-show stream in the years past from Cali, sometimes someone from LA who's a casual fan isn't going to go out of their way to go, 20, 30 miles to, was it Anaheim? Is that Orange County, I think? I can't remember what county that is. So even my dad, who's had business out here in Anaheim and also been out to parts of LA, and in the last 10 years, 10, 15 years of his life. No, actually 20 years. He's had some various trips to LA across multiple jobs and said the same thing. Sometimes if you're in Anaheim, you stay there. LA, you don't go down. And it's just, those things can be a factor to why you may have some uppers. And also the other thing is with these upper level seats, it's like if you're a diehard fan, you want to get, even if you're a casual fan, but you want to have a nice seat, you're going to get lowers. But in the back of these venues, the last 5 rows of the uppers, do you want to pay the price, the get-in price to be that high up, right? And fight LA traffic and park. And so I get why this show did not sell out, but this market does love Dave Matthews Band. There are fans that live in the LA, but also the greater Southern California, which in the state of California, there's a lot of fans here. So what else? The poster you guys can see right here. I'll put a bigger graphic up. But this is from DKNG Studios. They've worked with DMB over the years. And so this is a cool one. I like how they take this UFO concept, but then the pillars of the Kia form are right there. So it's almost like the flying saucer is the Kia form. And you got Dave Matthews Band, it's like with the Hollywood signs on the hill. This is a pretty cool poster here. And the social media team for, I'll get that set up. But the social media team for the the Kia form, I say the LA form is the Kia form. Let me go ahead and pull this up. They did some marketing and different things here. So let's take a look. All right, so. Sorry, guys, that was a little loud. All right, let's pull this up. And let's take the poster off.
Cause life is short but sweet for certain. We climb on 2 by 2 to be sure these days continue things we can celebrate.
And this is the first show at the venue since the fall '98 tour, which, by the way, was one of those rare tours that had every Before These Crowded Streets song. If we look at the venue history here, we'll see that they played 10/27/98. 13 songs, 1 hour and 39 minutes. And so interesting there. Don't Drink opener, Ants encore, Tripping Billy's closer. And for a show that has Before These Crowded Streets, only 5 songs from Before These Crowded Streets. I mean, that's still a lot, but there's limited stuff from Before These Crowded Streets. I mean, you have Don't Drink, but this is an LA show. There's the Great Western Forum at the time was a name, and I think they were trying to play the hits from this album: Crush, Don't Drink, PMP to Rapunzel, right? And stay. So you don't get a Stone, you don't get a Dreaming Tree, and this tour had every Before These Crowded Streets song, but not this show. This had more of the hits, and that's how they played LA. But great to see them come back. But yeah, that's still crazy. An hour and 39 minutes of song time. So imagine you sit in traffic for an hour and it's an hour and 39 minutes of DMB there. So pretty interesting there. And let's go back to the oops. Oh, that's the Kia form next show. We're back to here. All right. Yeah, Ben says Kia. Yeah, it's 100% live music. Yeah, they actually, I know they did some renovations in the recent history of this venue, and it's really like an overflow. They've had tributes. Like I'm a Linkin Park fan, so like Linkin Park, they had, I believe, was that Linkin? Oh no, they had one of the first major concert available to the public for the Linkin Park kind of re-up last year was at the Kia Forum. They had a private show in the LA area, but they played this Kendrick Lamar, his famous kind of show, the Not Like Us type, he had a special pop-up show, and they played Not Like Us there, and it was here. And you had the Fire Aid, which by the way was a whole sham. The money trail from Fire Aid is a disaster, which is a shame. I shouldn't it's a shame. But I was looking at some reporting, reading some articles some months ago, and it's a shame because people are struggling, and there's a lot of money that is unaccounted for from Fire Aid, and it's too bad for the people who are still very fresh off this tragedy that happened. But yeah, it's music only. And I believe, did Steve Ballmer, because this complex that it's in, you have SoFi Stadium, which has the main tenants are the Chargers and the Rams. You have in this same kind of footprint, you have the new arena for the Clippers. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank. Is it like Turbo Intuit? I think it's the Intuit Dome, right? Intuit Dome, and Intuit owns TurboTax and other software. Intuit Dome, and that's a really cool and interesting venue. And then you have the Kia Forum, and really the reason the Kia Forum is here is it's an overflow for concerts, and it also is concert ready. So if they don't want to necessarily put something at the Intuit Dome, they'll put it on the campus here at the Kia Forum, and it works out. And it'll be interesting to see if DMB does play the Intuit Dome. They've had concerts there, but that venue is really geared for basketball, and really to have a fan section, a home fan section for basketball. But we'll see if the band does come around in a future tour and play the Intuit Dome. I said a couple years ago was it last year? I think it was last year. I was like, yeah, it was last year because Intuit Dome opened, and I said, be on the lookout. I did not have any insider information, but I said, LA has Crypto.com in downtown LA, right? You have the Kia Forum and the Intuit Dome. And between those three venues, that creates a lot of availability for Southern California to get an arena show. And I was thinking more like a fall tour. But lo and behold, they added this Kia Forum show to the summer tour to fulfill that demand for LA fans to come out and be here. And I think LA fans get it now, but a lot of shows for certain acts, they don't necessarily all come to Southern California or Northern California. Sometimes certain bands will end their shows in Colorado. Like the furthest west certain bands will travel now is Colorado, or they'll do Washington State, Oregon, Bend. But logistically, you don't always see shows come into LA like you used to have to do back in the day. Like DMB has Before These Crowded Streets out in the fall tour. They had to come to LA. Like there was no, you need to promote it to a large music market. But now with how the current landscape is for live music, you really going to Denver is more important for certain bands. Going to the Denver Metro is more important than going to LA, depending on the band again. And also LA has the challenge of not having amphitheaters. With there's no LA, like you have the Hollywood Bowl, but the Hollywood Bowl has to be booked a year in advance. Like and there's no parking and there's other, so like for bands like DMB that have a tailgate culture, I mean, the Bowl is still an amazing place to see them. And hopefully one day I'll get to a show there, but it is a challenge because you have to really book it well in advance. You got to know what you're doing a year out to secure a Hollywood Bowl show. And so it's hard. Irvine Meadows in Southern California. But again, Anaheim, people in Anaheim, in LA, they feel like they're in different worlds sometimes. So Irvine Meadows shut down, but that's still a show that even if you have to go through traffic in LA to get to LA proper, to get to Anaheim, it's still better to have an amphitheater than have no amphitheater. So, all right. Before we go, just want to give you guys an update on here for those of you guys who have not seen other social media posts of mine. But I do want to, let's see. And I appreciate you guys staying up late with me. It is now 3:27 a.m. on the East Coast. I know my West Coast folks, you guys are you still have, the night is still earlier. And I do want to go through some things I have coming up very soon. And so you guys may, if you haven't known already, I've been happily, letting everyone know my son, he's 5 months old. I love him so much. And shout out to my wife too. She is amazing as well. But I am working on a lot of different projects. I'm taking them as they go. But I wanted to get you guys some updates on what I'm going to be doing for the rest of 2025. So the next project that will come out is a compilation, which I'm calling the Best of Big Sky. Now, what will happen is you're going to see, I pulled some videos off YouTube. I got some videos from fans. If you have a video, let me know. Maybe I can throw it in last minute. But I'm looking at, August is ending soon, but I want to get out this Best of Big Sky compilation. It's going to have taper audio for my friend Zach, who's also touching up some audio for the transitions. We're going to pull the best moments of both nights, and really pretty much nearly every song from where you have Dave and other other musicians on stage. Like I kind of skipped through a lot of the Dave solo stuff, but you're going to still see stuff like the pig, right? And see that moment where Dave tells those fans to get out of here. But it's a compilation of the best stuff from these shows. A lot of single cam, double cam action. You're not going to have 5 or 6 different sources. And so that you have the Best of Big Sky coming August 2025. I am currently, while I'm working with Zach, he's doing an amazing job getting the audio curated for this specific Best of Big Sky. SPAC Night 1 and Night 2 multicams I hope to have out by September and October of 2025. I'm already working on SPAC Night 1. It is never too late to send videos. If you have videos from SPAC Night 1 or Night 2, it's a very easy process for me to sync the audio and add it in. So those will be multicams highlighting 2 awesome shows. And already listening to the taper audio and in the Sirius XM audio for Night 1, the audio is better in the taper audio and Sirius XM than it was at venue. Like I said, I don't know what was going on, and there's challenges, but the audio is just better. Going through these edits, listening to Don't Drink the Water, which is a song I have mixed feelings on how it's played nowadays. It sounds incredible on the Sirius XM stream. replay that I'll be using that audio for the night one. Then we have the Guilford night one and night two multicams. It's crazy because I think these are higher. These have higher demand than I think the SPAC ones in many ways, especially that night two one. These will be coming in the fall of 2025. And we also have some stuff that I'll be doing, miscellaneous stuff I'll be working on. We have the Dave and Tim Mexico Night 3 multicam. I have the videos for that. It's not an issue where I need more. I'll take more video. If you have video from Night 3, you haven't sent it to me already, I'll take that. But we'll get that done. Then I have these Mohegan Night 1 and Night 2 multicams. I think Night 1 has a single cam, and I have videos up from Night 2, but I want to get that down. And I've been meaning to do that for a while. But I'm hoping to get these projects out. As many of you guys who have kids know, your life changes, and to me it's changed for the better, but I have to put things ahead of the editing and things like that. And where I could crank out these much quicker back in the day, a lot of this is very contingent on the needs of my family, which is always going to come first over anything. That's why I'm not going to the Gorge this year, right? I need to be here for my son, be here for my wife in these early days. And I'm not bringing my kid to the Gorge. Maybe I'll talk about that tomorrow or another stream. I know everyone has the choice to make if they're going to bring their children to the Gorge, and I'll talk about that tomorrow or any show. But I just right now I don't feel comfortable, and I probably won't feel comfortable bringing my son. But I love seeing you guys that bring your kids to shows. I love when they're passing out bracelets. I just think the decision for me personally is my son needs to be able to express a desire to go to shows, and I still want him to be older. And I'll talk more about that tomorrow. About how my perspective has changed on that, should I bring my son to a show? But everyone has the right to decide what's best for them and their children, their family, and everyone has different opinions and vantage points. So yeah, there's stuff on the way on this channel, and if you want to come on the post-show stream for these upcoming shows that we have, Shoreline, and we have the State Line of Nevada show and the Gorge, just to see some of these upcoming ones. So yeah, we have Shoreline tomorrow, and then State Line is on the 26th. Please reach out to me on social media, X, Facebook, Instagram, ConcertViz34. Let's see some of the other comments. Oh yeah, Ballmer, that's right. Ballmer did buy the Forum so he could build the Clipper Stadium. Yeah, I remember hearing that. I'm a huge stadium and arena and ballpark junkie, and that was part of the agreement. Is he bought the land and bought the Forum, and then built the Intuit Dome on the campus. And so now Steve Ballmer has an amazing life story. Not only was he a big part of Microsoft, right, in the early in what it became, he also helped fund and approve Xbox. There would be no Xbox without Bill Gates, but especially Steve Ballmer, who really pushed to get the Xbox out. There would be no Xbox without Steve Ballmer, and there would be no Intuit Dome without Steve Ballmer. And it's kind of a mini campus, which Fire Aid took advantage of, having the convenience for TV to go to a performance at the Intuit Dome and then a performance at the Kia Forum and then go back and forth. And so they could change out the sets at one venue as the other venue had a live performance. Pretty cool thing they have going on. Of course, SoFi Stadium, which has already hosted a Super Bowl and a lot of major concerts and events, from Beyonce to Taylor Swift to Kendrick Lamar, and many, many others that have been down there. All right, I'm going to, and hopefully your Clippers, well, Ben says hope the Clippers never win a title, but it would be cool to see the Clippers actually make it to a finals or really have a deeper run in the playoffs. They always get a couple rounds in and then they're gone. It's kind of the bittersweet thing. They never made it to NBA finals. But I guess if you're a Lakers fan, you don't like the Lakers are in shambles with LeBron, and oh my gosh, man, talk about as a kid who grew up in high school and LeBron was coming in. When I was in high school, I was like, oh, this is awesome. I cannot stand LeBron, just for various reasons, and I was a fan of him early on, but yeah, they gotta. They got to get rid of LeBron and rebuild at some point in the next couple of years. They're going to have to move off him because he is getting older and he wants to control more than he should control at this point, right? I get his GM skills 5-10 years ago and having that leverage, but now, yeah. All right, we'll end for real now. It's your boy Conserviz34. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and transition out. This is Take All Day from tonight's show, the E1 spot of tonight's show. We'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll be live for Shoreline post-show stream. Peace.
Even if you don't like them, I think it's a waste of the future. Love's not like that, no, it's not easy. Not like taming lions or sleeping giants. Love will get the best of you, it's no game. I wanna tell you I love you, but it'll take all day. Love's not like that, no, it's not easy. Not like broken bones or dying alone, no. It'll put a spell on you, it'll run you through. Wanna tell you I love you, but you know I do. Love not like that, no, it's not easy. Now there's magic rings or dragon princess. It's no fairy tale or train delay. It'll steal your heart away and make you pay. Wanna tell you I love you, but it'll take all day. Thank you.